So we finished last session in Kalaman after you'd been into the crypt in Castle Kalaman, where a slaughter had occurred. What I'm going to do, just for this session, I'm going to take the story from when you were at Wayan's apothecary. You went to Wayan's apothecary so she could identify the items you found in the crypt.
Yeah.
While you're at the apothecary, just as you're about to leave, you hear sort of a bit of a commotion in the back room behind where Wayan normally sits, looking surly, and you feel a breath of wind pass by, and from behind the curtains, a red-robed figure appears. Big bushy beard, bit of a limp, and he notices you guys as he steps from behind the counter, and he'll nod to you, and then he turns to Wayan, and they have a brief exchange that you don't quite catch, you can't quite hear. But it's the first time you've seen Wayan looking anything even remotely happy. But she seems pleased to see this fella. But he drops a box on the counter. Wooden box, yay big. And then he goes into the back room, bows to you all again, and disappears. And Wayan will turn to Nordan, as Wayan does, and just...
And he'll casually sword run over.
Okay.
Not skid across the kitchen floor like I did when you said Nordan.
Yeah, nice one. So around this box, it's got a slide lid on it with a letter on the outside, and she reads it briefly just before she beckons you over, and she'll say, "My contacts at the Tower of High Sorcery in Wayreth have denied your request to travel there and participate in the test of High Sorcery. The threat of the Dragon Army is too great, and the Orders don't want to be perceived as taking sides in the conflict. However, the head of the conclave, the Mage Parsalian, has granted you a special exception. Wayan offers you a simple wooden brooch studded with black, red, and white stones, the symbol of the Mages of High Sorcery. He has allowed you to practice magic as a provisional member of the Mages of High Sorcery. The time of your test will be decided after the Dragon Army's threat has passed. Until then, this token represents the Conclave's blessing. Congratulations, Provisional Mage."
I think you're giving that to the wrong bloke. I think that's supposed to be going to Leggit.
No.
He's our magic user, isn't he?
Yeah, I was about to say Leggit's going to do a audible eye roll. Like you could hear the eye roll. There you go.
Dear.
Excellent. So, if you recall, you got a specific plan. Then what did you can remember where we were up to in the story?
We'd gone to see someone. We were going to take a long rest, but then I can remember Tom suggested, no, there's something, we need to go and see someone urgently about something.
We need to go and explain.
We came here to get the items identified, and then we were going to go down to the main gate to meet the
Marshal Vendry.
That was it.
Weird. Okay.
To explain what had happened.
See, obviously, at the minute, it looks like we might have murdered the entire council.
Just a little.
So we'll take you down to the gates. As you arrive on the gates, as luck would have it, the guards there say to you that the army, the whole of the force that were on manoeuvres that Vendry took out, have been spotted. They're about an hour away, and he's all the way there. You're getting the usual waves from everyone in the city. Oh, hi lads! You get a free hot meat pie as you go past each.
It's not babies, is it? Is
It's not. No, that's Curse of Strahd, Mark.
I was about to say, who's selling these hot meat pies?
An adorable looking old woman.
Keep him fuck off.
Don't want babies in me pie no more.
You see what happens, Dave, when you run games? You've left permanent damage to your players.
We can't look at meat pies the same way ever again.
I don't have many goals in life, but permanent damage to my players is one of them. So you wait. You exchange pleasantries with the guard, and they have a bit of a natter to them. And you could see all of the Kalaman's forces that were on manoeuvres. They've stopped, regimented orders, and from the crowd, you can see 3 horses approaching the gate. And at a distance, you can see it's Marshal Vendry, Lord Bakaris, and Darrett. So you make your way down to meet them at the gate as the gate opens. Bakaris is still at the back. He's got his own horse now, but he's still withdrawn. You can see in the past couple of days he's lost some weight. He looks withdrawn and his eyes are still down. He's very mechanical movement as they approach. But juxtapose that with Darrett and Marshal Vendry. You catch the end of the conversation as Darrett says to Marshal Vendry, and then, would you believe, he was swirling his shirt around his face, rubbing his nipples. And Marshal Vendry kills herself to this, and it's the first again. Marshal Vendry's face just lights up with a smile. And as they trot forwards, and Marshal Vendry, as she approaches, you rein a horse and say, "Gentlemen, Darrett was just telling me." She stops and looks you over, specifically to Kelevendros. And she'll say, "Report."
This is something really bad has happened. Something really bad. We had to come and meet you before you go in there. I'll leave it. I'll let Kel explain the rest, because if he needs to make a roll, I'm not saying this obviously. If he needs to make a roll, his charisma's better than mine.
We perhaps need to speak in private. This isn't the setting for this conversation.
Okay.
I agree, to be honest. Not in front of everyone. We're just going to take Vendry and Derek, really, if we can get away with it.
Okay. She'll say, okay, agreed. What do you have in mind?
Darrett's office at the castle, maybe, or your own.
Or just a room in the main gate.
Yeah, in the gatehouse, and anything. Just and if you could lastly ask everyone to remain outside the gates until we've concluded our conversation, that would be probably for the best.
Okay, no problem. Darrett sort of Bakaris is not looking at you, but Darrett's looking at you a little bit confused. He's wondering, and you say, "Does that include me?" What's
no, Darrett? No. You're going to have to come with us.
Okay, this has all gone very serious all of a sudden. Marshal Vendry will say, but she'll dismount and follow you in. You find a secluded room in the guardhouse.
So we return to the city to news that some Knights of Solamnia entered the city and we're here to save the city. It transpires that these were not Knights of Solamnia, at least not
alive ones.
Precisely. And they have proceeded to slaughter the entirety of the Council of Kalaman. We have dealt with the issue at hand. However, we followed their leader into the Kalaman crypts. The crypts below Kalaman. Are they below Kalaman? Is that right?
Castle Kalaman, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, I didn't know if they were below or I couldn't quite remember.
Yeah.
And something has been taken from the crypts of the Solamnic Knights
It was
that
the
were.
what was it? The
interred, yeah.
primal fire? Was it primal flame? Something like that was stolen.
I question whether she needs to know that particular piece of information.
Yeah.
But
Well, I wouldn't have said that out loud because I'm not sure what it's called.
Oh, shut up, man. Sorry, Mark.
You leave me alone.
Okay. So
she's in the unfortunate situation where, in terms of lords, Lord Baccharis is the last lord available to us, and he is no friend.
Okay. So to this, Darrett looks completely shocked by this. And Marshal Vendry, she will say, so to confirm, there is no leadership. The leadership of the city is dead.
No,
afraid
you
so.
are the leadership
You're-
of the
well,
city.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you are the leadership of the city now, I'm afraid.
Okay, understood. Understood. We need
offer
to move
to
quickly. Who knows about this?
Nobody.
I'll just offer.
No,
I've
that's a
got
lie.
There'll be
Sorry,
some
go on, Mark.
servants,
I'll
won't
correct
I
there?
was
myself.
just going to say, if anybody wants proof, I can cast a zone of truth. You can confirm it's a legitimate divine spell, and we would be unable to lie under its influence. If you want that done, I can. If there's anything you're suspicious about, we can clear that up straight away.
That might prove useful in the coming few hours. So, if you suspect that no one knows, then everyone knows. If the castle grounds, so we need to secure the city.
There's more. Have you heard? You've heard the legends of Lord Soth?
Well, everyone knows Lord Soth. That's the Cataclysm story
Yeah.
and the downfall of the Knights of Solamnia. Yeah.
It was claimed that the creatures that came under the guise of knights were ordered by him, which is obviously impossible. But we then saw, while we were traveling, trying to catch up with him, we saw visions in the crypts that showed a figure, and me and Kelevendros know the story really well. We've grown up with it. It couldn't have been anyone else. It had to be him. And it showed that he wasn't destroyed in the cataclysm. He's been living some sort of cursed half-life as some sort of undead lord. I know this sounds ludicrous, but I'm just relaying what we saw.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your candor, and I appreciate you coming to tell me straight away. She'll turn first of all to Darrett, and she will say, "Well, that's the leave of absence over. Get everyone inside now. Secure the castle as a priority. Secondary to that, no one is allowed leave. Get soldiers armed and in the city. They need to be seen. People need to know that we are still defending the city."
What happened to the? Sorry, I should know this, Dave. But what happened to the black lad who we healed after we got the ghost out of him?
Yeah, he's still about, depending on what you want to do. He
I just
would have. Go on, Mark.
Sorry, I was just going to stress that he was under the he was possessed by a creature, an entity.
Yeah.
Made itself known as Caradoc, but it was him that committed the slaughter, but it wasn't him. If you get my meaning.
Okay.
Maybe in the moment we'd have sent him to your house while we dealt with everything officially.
We sent him somewhere safe, that's for sure.
He was very confused, naturally.
Yeah.
And quite.
Can we just tell him to take refuge and give him a blanket? From what I remember.
Pretty much, yeah. Space blanket, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
But he's still in the castle. But he would have made reference to the fact that he needs to get back to San Chris, back to the Knights of Solamnia in his home as much as possible. That's all he wants to do now. But
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we can iron that out as we get to it, Mark. Not good thinking, nice one. But Vendry, as she's issuing orders, you can tell her mind's ticking over, and she's having to think, what do I do? What do I do? And she looks again at the state of you guys, and she'll say, okay, for you, go rest. We've got work to do to lock the city down, but you will be summoned. I would suggest that you rest inside Castle Kalaman. Use the barracks there. I know, Scalebane, you have a house in the city, but stay in the castle.
I don't mind staying there for security. It makes sense to me.
Okay.
Also for transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll turn to you all and she'll say, right, you've got things to do. Be about it. Darrett, as he walks away, he'll sort of pat you all on the back as you leave now, and you leave Marshall Vendry in this room. Darrett will say to you, you know, we returned in such high spirits. We just received reports from the scouts that the Dragon Army forces in Bogler, half of them have ventured north for some unknown reason. But here we are. Everything changes so quick.
Secret maneuvers aren't always the best for us.
Indeed. Gentlemen, I've plenty to be about.
Shall we take that long rest then and start when we get summoned in the morning?
Well, it's quite early in the morning now, so you're going to be taking take your long rest now. That's no problem. But it's going to be the same day that you're called back.
We didn't rest. We've been up for a while because we went out at night and fought at night. Hey, Wolf.
She's got FOMO. She feels like she's missing out on something. Raven, who's this?
Don't eat the mic.
My mum's bull terrier used to eat anything that if you dropped anything or if he took anything off you, he ate it.
Yeah.
She's Labrador, so
She's a lab, son.
Lab crossed with a Doberman.
She's a bit bouncy.
We've had dog trainer in today, so she's a bit high on hot dogs.
You've had your long rest. You left alone. No one. You found a room. It's just you four guys. There's no one coming and going. You managed to get a few hours sleep. Do what you need to do to refresh yourself. And then later on in the afternoon, after 8 hours, conveniently, you do get the summons from Marshall Vendry. Marshall Vendry has claimed a modest meeting room down the hall from the council chambers marred by Lord Soth's attack. The room holds little more than a long table covered in reports, though the tall windows offer a stunning view of the city and harbour beyond. The Marshal stands by a window with her hands clasped behind her back, gazing towards the horizon. From the seat at the table, Lord Baccharis glances at you and then bitterly observes, "Here they are now, Marshal. Perhaps if we hadn't put our faith in sellswords, my son would be at my side and the governor would still be alive."
Well, Baccharis, if you hadn't have led half of the reserve troops, there might have been more to defend the city.
Yeah.
This is not the time for that.
Nordan can't help.
Leggit's going to walk over and kick him in the shin.
I can't say I approve, but I'm trying really hard not to smirk. You probably just see the little mustache twitch.
Unarmed combat, roll to hit then, just to see if you connect.
I'm going to go get me drink. I shall be very quick.
Oh, it's the bar game. Right, so Jason's had a go. Jason's going to go for Devastate this week.
Oh, I'm going to stick with Skinned.
Skinned.
Evacuate.
And we'll bastardize. I think he's going to say bastardize the baboon or a baboon.
Okay, right. So that
Jason,
the Mark
if you
game.
are watching, we've now got a Facebook group. Please give us a join, mate. If you can find us, Dice and Anger on Facebook.
I'm the only one in Twitch chat at the moment, Sam. Sorry.
Hey?
I'm the only one in the Twitch chat at the minute, mate. I'm afraid.
No one.
Well, for the recording as
Oh,
well.
on the YouTube, yeah, I suppose.
No one's going to watch this shit. But if you do watch, the Mark game is Mark, when he leaves, is going to say something bizarre, and it's basically a game to prove that he's the most random bastard that you will ever meet or watch, potentially. If you guess what he says, then the party gets a magic item, which I have to incorporate into the campaign. So please do. What did Leggit roll? Leggit rolled a 19. Yeah, so you do kick him in the shins, as Leggit kicks him in the shins. Marshal Vendry will say the same as Kel, and she will say, enough! And she barks at you. It's a proper mum voice. And she'll say to Lord Baccharis, she'll say, if you'll forgive me, Lord, this is the military debrief with the gentleman, that your time is precious and well-earned. Politicking outside, you know what we need to do. And Baccharis stands and sneers at you all. And he is going to try and cuff Leggit round the head just because that's what he does.
Because he's an arsewipe.
Well, you did kick it. Well, so first thing he's going to do is going to try and conceal it from. So he's looking shadily as if he's going to try and conceal it from Vendry. He does. Does 17 hit Leggit?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, he's going to cuff you upside the head as he leaves. And it's one of those almost because you're a lot shorter than him. It'll probably be his elbow, is it? So, as he walks past. But yeah, it's tit for tat. We've got our words, Mark.
Right. Oh, Tom, that's what I was going to say. Did Dave? You were worried about the heraldry on your armor. Did Dave tell you what he was planning to do about that?
Off.
Oh,
Nope.
Well, I'll let him tell you then.
All in good time.
Yeah.
Because at the minute it's roses, kingfishers, swords, crowns, and all the rest of it. But I'll start it off. So as you sort of don the armor, you notice that the swords change to symbols relating to Paladin, and as you wear the armor going forwards, you'll notice that it becomes a mithril plate armor of Paladin as opposed to specifically the Knights of Solamnia.
Yeah. So you're going to be really shiny. So shiny.
Yeah, but the other thing I've decided as well, because obviously it's mithril, and you've got the you need to attune to your cloak.
Oh, we've just had a long rest.
I think you did it for me, mate, because I didn't have to click anything. So.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all right, mate. You're all right.
I do like to micromanage. Yeah, because I'll give you the option of dulling it as well at as sort of a bonus action. Because you've got it's pointless being a shiny paladin if you've got advantage on stealth, really. Right, so where were we? So Baccharis leaves. Darrett walks in at this point as well. So this meeting is clearly for you, and this more than anything else, Vendry in great detail wants to know blow by blow everything that happened when you first arrived at the city. Now we don't need to go over it again because what you've already done is given me a really good accounting of what did actually happen. But she's very thoughtful and listens intently throughout.
I think as well. I'm going for, is it Saladimir, the knight? Is that his name? I've got that note right.
Solamnia.
Solamnia, that's the one. I'll go and fetch him at some point in the conversation as well.
Oh, beg pardon. Solamnia was the dead one. You mean Durston?
Durston, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he can be
I've
fetched.
Perhaps once we've given over the report, but it'd be a case of, do you want me to go fetch him? He's here. He's secure. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's fine. So I mean, the only other thing that she in terms of the story, she'll turn to. Well, she'll talking to you all, and you'll say, so Scalebane, you mentioned him wanting to claim something, and it was the cataclysmic fire.
Yeah, and we can show you all this. There's a sign where he literally blew his way out of the crypt. There's physical evidence we can show you. It's strange. I know it's strange, but I swear on my honor, every word of what we've told you is true.
Okay. So throughout all of this, Dara will ask questions. Marshal Vendry will ask the occasional question as well. And Marshal Vendry, she, all of your dealings with her, she has from time to time had to sort of reprimand you for speaking hastily and kicking nobles in the shins. But you get the impression that she knows you guys are. You've signed in for the long haul. You've signed in for the war on Kalaman's side, and she's grateful for it. She knows you're an asset. But Darrett's sort of centres in on Lord Soth, and he asks a couple of questions, and it all comes back to Lord Soth, and he'll say, "What's?" And he sort of muses out loud. He'll say that, "But what's the end game? What was the point in coming to get this cataclysmic fire? What was it all about?"
The scary thing is that's the bit we're unsure of.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We all know the stories. Is it for a weapon? That would be my greatest fear.
We don't. I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what this cataclysm. I'd never heard of it before. I don't even know what it does. But we were advised by, as we told you, the spirit of the. I forgot the name of the knight, the ghost that we.
Salome.
It was him that advised us that this had been stolen.
So what else did he tell you?
We'll relate the whole. I mean, I personally, I'll relate the whole story word for word.
Open the notes. Hang on.
Yeah.
I stupidly closed them after I looked up that name.
We had to find his weapon, I think.
We were tasked with stopping him from taking that fire, weren't we?
Yeah, which obviously didn't happen. So Soth got his cataclysmic fire, and you saw the image of him putting his mace with these sort of screaming heads into the cataclysmic fire and taking it away.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Oh yeah, we. He was called to the City of Lost Names, called to the Northern Wastes, so we know where the weapons are gone.
We were supposed to find the weapon and return its honor.
Yeah, well, in terms of the weapon, you found a rusty spearhead inside the crypt.
Yeah.
But that.
I think we had potentially assumed that the weapon was a cataclysmic, something to do with the cataclysmic fire rather than the spear. I'd kind of forgotten about that spear, actually.
What did they say when we identified it? I can't remember.
It was of divine origin. You discovered, but it was old and it was rusted. I mean, as you've had a long rest as well, you've sort of spent time with this spearhead. Kelevendros would be drawn to it, and you would be through sort of your recent knowledge of Paladin, you would be aware that if it was the old world, you could probably do something with it in a temple of Paladin. Such place doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But he'd have spent
hang
the
on.
time maybe cleaning it up a little bit as well. A bit of oil and try and get the rust off and stuff.
Yeah,
Would
not
we-
much else changes. In fact, the rust seems permanent. It seems ingrained.
Oh, right, okay.
Did you say it was literally a spearhead?
Yeah,
Like
that's-
we would imagine a spearhead to be.
Yeah.
Would we be able to, if we speak to the armourers with the militia, would they be able to reattach a shaft to it and make it whole again? See if that made any difference.
It wouldn't be functional. It's that rusted. But
Quite early on, we went underground, and this was when Tom, both Kel and Arthas's powers returned. What was that a temple of?
that
There were
that
other gods there, weren't there?
yeah, that was kind of a ubiquitous temple. Is that the correct phrase? I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a catch-all place.
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe there were statues of all the old gods there, including there was even the Queen of Darkness, wasn't there?
Indeed,
Was,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you mention, Darrett's still latching on to stories of Lord Soth, as Arthas and Kelevendros no doubt have as well. And he'll say, "Okay, that's so the Northern Wastes. So the night Solamnia was telling you." Soth was calling him to the Northern Wastes, and half of the dragon army have gone north into the Northern Wastes. And
Suggest something real bad.
So at Marshal Vendry will sort of head this off, and she'll say, "I'm not too sure. The city is our main priority." But we have a problem. As much as I regularly tell you to mind your superiors, your betters, I'm afraid to tell you that in the short period since we've arrived back, Lord Bakaris has been causing trouble for you. With the rumours of the slaughter of the council chamber, it seems now common knowledge that you had the opportunity to prevent this and decided against it.
What?
This is a rumour that, unfortunately, I believe I've traced back to Lord Bakaris, but I'm not going to be able to prove anything.
Is there any way I could? There must be some sort of way. I mean, this is I'm taking this as a direct slight to my honour as a knight, which, as I'm sure you know, is incredibly important. And is there anything that I'm aware of where I could challenge him to to some sort of anything?
Duel.
Yeah, that legal, because I can't have somebody telling lies about us.
Not in well. First and foremost, there's nothing tracing the rumours back to him, but there's no precedent in Kalaman for duelling. It's not been allowed for pre-cataclysm, really.
I'm going to have to just avoid him because I don't know how I'm going to keep my tongue civil with somebody who calls me a liar.
Well, yeah. I mean, Darrett will say, "Well, that's been the case for a while," which leads me to another point. The army forces have split. You're telling me that they're after a weapon, and they've gone north. These two seem to tie together. And he'll turn to Vendry and say, do we need to pursue this? What do you guys actually think? What's your thought process?
I've got an urge to go north and check it out.
Put it down.
I think it solves two problems at once. It removes us from Lord Bakaris. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that now. You know, he's done what he's done.
I think you need to just enforce a martial law and take him out of the equation.
But
I think given the circumstances that are currently ongoing, you need to take complete control.
Yeah, we know we can trust you. He's an absolute slime. You know it.
Above table, you got to think about the setting we're in, guys. That's not going to happen.
He led a foolish
over the game now. Come on, like we're in Korea.
He led a foolish errand. Nearly lost half of your reserve forces. Left the city opened and defenseless. You're now you are top dog. I probably wouldn't be using these words. I just can't think of anyone better at the minute. You're top of the chain. You need to just stop his influence immediately. Nip that in the bud. You need to, go martial on this. Martial law, not martial.
Can we speak to Marshal Vendry and try and sway her over to our side of the argument regards what Sam's just said?
Yeah. Well, because you are. Yeah,
sorry.
She's listening to what you're saying, and she's sort of nodding along. And you know Marshal Vendry well enough to let you know that you're building up. Well, Nordan's building up a sort of a bit of a head of steam, and while it's you guys, it's you doers in the room. She's quite happy for you to vent, and she'll say, "I can assure you that Lord Bakaris will, although as a lord will have a seat on the council, he will never rule in the city. It will be a member from the citizenry, a citizen of Kalaman that will be put into the position of governor. But the other council members will need to be selected, of which Bakaris will be. But the fault also lies with me. It was my choice to take the forces, half of our forces, on maneuver. It was a mistake that I have got to live with. It was a mistake that I will not make again. But what we need to concentrate on now is what do we do in the immediate future?
So, Kelevendros first, he's going to look at this. The fault is less with you and more with Lord Bakaris. The remaining forces should never have left Kalaman. Should not have been allowed to happen under any
circumstances. This would not have happened had half the forces been still here in Kalaman.
However, understanding the situation and understanding that Bakaris is who he is, we are left with a predicament, because if we go and chase this north, it makes us look like the guilty party, that we're running away from our problems, which could further damage our reputation with the city. However, I do feel that is the best course of action. We can't let this go unchallenged. And frankly, stopping Lord Soth from getting this weapon is more important than any of our individual reputations or our reputation as a group.
Okay, let's add a roll to this then. I think we've come to that point. That sounds like a persuasion check then, Tom. If you
sure,
Jeff charisma.
Well, Nordan is Jeff.
Can I give him aid, Dave?
So do I not aid as my part of the argument?
Oh, actually, you could do that. Yeah.
Well, I was setting the DC appropriate to what you've all said, which you've smashed. And dabbed it out apparently. So Vendry will eventually say, "Yeah, okay, right." Initially, yes, but let me make some arrangements. Right, give me a few hours. In the meantime, it might be worth your while researching the Northern Wastes. It is a dangerous, deadly death trap. and she'll sort of point to Nordan, the casters of the party, Nordan and Leggit. She'll say, "Go and use the library. I'll call you back in an hour. Do all the research that you need."
Okay.
Do you know if there are any pre-cataclysm maps of the Northern Wastes in Kalaman?
Yes.
any at
However, the land changed that much that a pre-cataclysm maps won't be much use to you.
Yeah, they would.
I have something in mind that might help us, even a small amount, if we can gain certain information from said map.
Okay. Right. That's deep, Tom. So yeah, she'll say by all means, it's all in the library. You know go and research what you need to research. Direct with things to do, she'll say, and it's a dismissive tone as well.
Yep.
Okay, so you've got a mission. It sounds like you've got two missions. Then you've got researching the Northern Wastes and finding a map.
Yeah,
So-
the library's the best place to look for either, I imagine.
Oh, see, I thought our
yeah.
third mission was to assassinate Lord Bacaris. Did I?
Yeah,
did I
so
pick up on that
Carl
right?
is going to grab the rest of the party, and he's going to look them all dead in the eye, and he's going to say, "Listen, there's enough of this now. This argument with Bacaris is causing us more trouble than it's worth.
That's
He's
why
a
I want to
bastard,
leave.
a coward, and a fool. But we cannot continue to fight with him and continue with our mission. This needs to stop."
That's why I
Am
think we should.
am
I
I-
don't know how I'm
am I
going to control
clear?
myself with him.
And he's going to look each of you in the eye. Am I clear on this matter?
Yeah, we need to go. We'll go and get the information we need. See if we can find. We should all go to the library. See if we can find any old maps amongst the old scrolls. See if we can find information on the ways that we need.
Nordan
And I
does
think
not
we
give
get
you
out
the
of town
answer you're
before
looking for.
we bump into that piece of shit again.
Okay, so right, I'm Google's letting me down here a bit. Tell me you've gone above and beyond. I've got what? I'll tell you what we'll do.
I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for
yeah.
names of like pre-cataclysm cities that were in the Northern Wastes. That's what I'm looking for. if
And
that
temples
helps
of
you.
Paladin.
And temples of Paladin.
I know what you're after. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm going to need then is it's going to be some kind of intellect checks. History is the most appropriate one that I can think of. So if Sam, you want to roll, or Andy as well, you can both roll intellect history checks just to see what information you can find on the Northern Wastes. And then if you want to do the same, Tom.
Okay, my history is not great.
Shall I get involved, Dave?
What did you want to look for, Mark? Are you?
I was just looking up, pretty much just information on what the Northern Wastes are currently like and what we might what we might encounter.
Sure. So you also be a history check as well, then.
Here we go. 19.
I'll take that.
Across the board, they're not bad rolls, are they? Really?
No, and also because it's an intelligence-based check, the Leggit beats Nordan.
I have never ever made out that Nordan is an intelligent person. When have I ever made that out? But weirdly, I have a +6 to a history. I think it's because it's a class feature rather than his intelligence level.
So yeah, let's deal with the Northern Wastes first. You do find a lot of information out, a hell of a lot of useful information. You know that post Cataclysm, it's a desolate wastes. It's a barren, deadly region prone to flash floods. You've got the 3 moons of Corinne. Obviously, 3 moons are going to affect the tide a lot differently to anything we'd be used to. But there's canyons. It's mostly canyons and ravines that can, in a moment's notice, flood. You find lots of information. In fact, you cross over references to it being littered with ruins predating the cataclysm. You find records of specifically Sylvanesti elf buildings in the wastes. You find reference. You've really good rolls. You find reference to shrines to Habakkuk, who's the god that god of fish and I forget what his actual domains are, but
we saw imagery of him at Fogler, didn't we?
You did, mate. Yeah. You find reference to a place called Wakenreth, which was part. Some of it's a little bit frustrating because you can find reference to a city, but you can't find the city name. But what you can find is parts of the city. So you see the name Wakenreth in relation to this city. And you see I'm just wondering what else I can give you with those because they're really good rolls. I do want to... Yeah, you know what else I'm going to give you? I'm going to tell you that there was an ancient system of pathways, and it's the Elven word for pathways that you keep coming back to, and it would be Nordan that eventually realizes that these are teleportation circles. So if you were to learn them and learn the teleportation circles and learn the teleportation circle spell, you would be able to go straight to these areas. But there's also mention of a specific portal that links two areas, one from a sort of coastal region. You know what? I'm gonna give you. This might be
very bloody boggler.
Where's your map? Right, your map. I'm going to force your view on map tools.
Yeah.
So Kalaman, we know, started at Scalebane Keep. There's the barb. That's where, you took your first test. Steel Spring Passport, Kalaman. Reckons that'll come up in a minute. Just ignore that for a second. What I'm going to give you is on the north shore here. I'm just going to type in portal, and as you're checking through the history and you're checking for a map, you can see that on this northern peninsula here, there is record of a portal that connects to somewhere inland. Put it on the tip so you can still see where it is. Okay.
I reckon if we can get there, because that's not that far, that's only a few days' ride, isn't it? I think it might be worth just checking it. It's the Northern Waste is massive. I'm looking at the map now.
It is. It's absolutely huge. But the other thing that you will, post Cataclysm, is that this here is a landing spot. All of these are sheer cliffs. There's virtually nowhere else to land other than further up, way up north, up here, somewhere where there's a slight cove. In fact, that bit there. This has been mapped out post Cataclysm. So this portal here is inland, and it's only accessible via land. you can't sail to it. So, are we happy with that for a little bit of information?
Yep. Not to reveal my hand too much, but how many miles we got left on that rock, Sam?
I was thinking the same thing.
So-
we've got 60 left in the tank. No, we haven't. We've used 60.
It was 300.
We've got 84 left in the tank.
Okay.
So, after you've done your research, Marshal Vendry will call you back in. So it's another meeting with Marshal Vendry and Darrett. Marshal Vendry will tell you that you have the go-ahead. And she basically says, you're in. I'll leave you in Darrett's hands. Do you have any further questions from me? Darrett will give you the full debrief after we've finished here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to collaborate with the Cabal very quickly. I shall return.
Collaborate
With a cabal.
with the Cabal. Right, I'll catch him up with this bit. So, Darrett then will.
The only thing Nordan would ask is, given if we're going to Northern Waste, we might have to do some pretty expensive requisitions. So if we are to go there, is it possible to make it billable to the city if it's reasonable?
Let's have a roll for that then, Sam. You roll a persuasion, and I'll see how much she'll be happy to.
Can I roll?
I am
persuasion,
rolling
Dave?
dog toss last tonight. The only thing that is saving me are my pluses.
She'll say your wages are due. Oh, by the way, you can all claim 5 gold. You'd have had a week's worth of wage. 11. She'll say. You know the quartermaster will provide you with any weapons and armor that you need within certain parameters. So basically, it's any martial weapon. You can take any martial weapon or simple weapon, or any light or medium armor. With an 11, she will say, the short answer to this, Nordan, is no. However, she'll open a drawer in her desk and she'll pull out a pouch with 110 gold. And she'll say, I have no love for magic, but if this helps, and she'll drop it in your hand.
Muchas gracias.
Okay. So Darrett then. Oh, go on. Yeah.
Leggit cast Mage Hand. Swipe the gold. With what's the name? What's it called? I think what it's called. Piss. Forgot what it's called. Where I can make my Mage Hand invisible.
Yeah, no, it's part of your what's it feature, your Arcane Trickster feature.
Mate.
Yeah.
You do
What-
know you're going to try and steal
Yeah.
this bag of gold in front of all of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to rip it off your
Well,
Nordan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sleight of
I'm
hand.
gonna distract him. Say, oh, look at that thing over there. Look at that big thing over there. Look. Sam's already said it's not that intelligent, so I can literally go.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that. Look, a stick.
He's not
Look.
thick.
Sleight of hand versus
Hectic.
perception.
Fetch your stick, Sam.
My
Can I also
passive,
roll
or have I got a
perception?
roll?
Sleight of hand from Andy.
Oh, dear.
Perception.
Can I roll to see if I catch him at it as well?
Sure.
I'm rolling dogs. I think the dog has jinxed my laptop.
Ah, one short.
100,
Not that I was going to do anything about it.
Yeah. Leggit's got 110 gold. Darrett will take you to one side now. He will say, so Marshal Vendry is doing a thing. You're in a separate office now. Darrett will say, right, good news then. I'm coming with you. We've got 200 soldiers. How this is going to work is I'm in charge of the soldiers. Marshal Vendry wants us to ship out at night. And she wants us... Yeah. We know of a safe place called Wrecker's Edge. Where we are going to disembark. We'll send you in a rowboat to make sure our landing spot is secure. We're not sure where the actual landing spot is, but so we'll send you ahead. After we've landed, you're going to be our scouts. You're going to range ahead, report back, see what you can and can't find. Our goal is to discover the dragon army plot, thwart it, and then return.
That sounds like the plan. So we will be leaving this evening then. Isn't it quite late? Didn't we have a strangely long rest?
It will be by now. So Darrett will say to you, "You've got a few hours. We can delay this. We can go tomorrow. But if you can do what you need to do in a few hours, then
I don't need to do anything. It's just up to the rest of the lads. If there's anything we need to do, or we can just get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to say I'm ready, but I mean, I obviously don't mind waiting if someone's got something worthwhile doing before we go.
But the only thing with the reading, if we need to know was it teleportation circle? You said, Dave. I don't know that, so I didn't know if it was worth seeing if maybe we could potentially look at. Say again, Tom.
I don't think you're of a level, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a higher level
it's
spell.
It's a 5th level spell, mate, I believe.
Yeah, so I didn't know if it was worth checking with Wayland, seeing if she had something. Possibly.
You
not
would
be able to do anything.
Yeah, you would know that's teleport. Oh, sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. You would know that that's not only above your pay grade, but it's also out of your pay range as well. I mean, this is a teleportation circle, 5th level spell. It's more of something that you could grow into.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you've with the resources that you've got. If you're going to go to Wayan, it would be more stock up on potions, possible spell scrolls, things that you might find handy.
Have we got much in the party treasure? I mean, I've got very little personal gold, but we did sell some stuff, didn't we?
Well, we nearly had 110 gold pieces in the party treasure.
We don't have a party treasure. I always split it up between us. It's a simple answer. So
right.
Individually.
I reckon we grab the Kender by his ankles, turn him upside down, hold him by his ankles, and shake him and see what falls out.
You do now.
If you want to catch him to do that, you feel free. But Kelevendros will sit back with a beer and watch you do that.
Yeah,
that would take
I
you a
can
while.
imagine it being quite amusing.
Like a Tom and Jerry sketch.
Yeah. You got 5 gold wages, Mark. I don't know if you disappeared when I.
Let me just see what I've got in my inventory. I've got 20 gold on me.
Yeah, so you can have 5 as wages.
Right.
It's over a ton.
25.
So it's up to you guys. If you want to raid the apothecary, I can give you a list of.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt. I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
Because what would be like for potions as well?
I've got one. Not
What have I
used.
got? This is very relevant. I have got.
I've got one. I can't remember if we used
None.
one in the last combat.
I don't think we used any.
I've never got round to using them. I think Mark got me. I got back up with the healing word, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
I was just thinking, like, we all got one, and you know, just I'm thinking if we're not going to be in town for a while, it doesn't hurt to have a
no, you're right.
little bit of
Yeah,
something
we'll see
stacked
what we
up.
can get.
Because I've got a potion of
Okay,
healing.
so basic. A potion of healing was 50 gold. For most things that were first level spell scroll, assuming that she's got it available, she'll be able to sell you for 50 gold.
Well, I don't mind blowing the lot. You know, whatever we've got. If it's going to help us, then we should. I mean, there's no point having gold in your pocket when you're lying bleeding to death, is there?
No.
So there was a potion. There was a potion of giant strength that she had available. That would be 50 gold.
Giant strength.
That was hill giant strength, so it's strength of 21 for an hour.
That's pretty heft.
Well, that's 50 gold.
I could strongly suspect
I'll
we'll
pick that
probably put that in Kel's inventory just in case.
Yeah, I'll pick that up for 50. I'll take that out.
You could hit some serious numbers out with that.
Well, that
And
give me.
have you got a potion of healing?
One.
Andy,
Sorry, so,
have you got a potion of healing, mate?
no, I haven't. I've only got a potion of fire breath.
Okay.
Potion of breath.
Added that to my inventory.
I could buy one, mate.
I know. You know, you're floating on only a tiny, small amount of money, mate, but it might be worth the investment.
Yeah, funds are tight. But you know, I might put 50 gold, Dave. I'll have a potion of healing.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
the
only thing I was debating is it worth my time buying a scroll of identify?
Have we got that as a spell?
No, it's a wizard spell. It's not a sorcerer
Yeah.
spell. Because I can cast it from a scroll, can't I?
Yeah, it's first level.
Well, it's not on your spell list, is it?
No, I don't think so. Anyway,
no.
I wouldn't be able to. No.
Well, look, Player's Handbook. Okay.
Hang on. Search identify.
No.
It literally just for wizards.
I think so.
Well,
wizard,
hold
an
up.
artificer, and two things of cleric.
Oh, okay. So not even arcane tricksters.
No, so it says, but it might be on the arcane. Well, the arcane trickster, does they not share a spell list with wizards?
I believe so.
But yeah, bard, wizard, artificer, knowledge domain, and forge domain cleric.
Well, the only other thing I could suggest is that when Leggit gets a feat, take ritual. That's really you can choose a spell list, and then if you ever find a ritual spell from a scroll or a book, you can cast it.
Sorry, you broke up there.
Oh, it's just a feat that makes you. Axicast has got it in Strahd. You can cast ritual spells from a book, you know, rather than having to actually know the spell.
It is on. It is on Leggit's list. You can have a scroll
so
of.
Be able to cast it.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm up for spending. I've got 25 gold. I'll chip in if necessary. I don't think I need to carry healing potions. I've got healing spells. So,
It's, it's worth my time A to heal me, or B to heal like 10 of my mates.
But
Because I know, I know, you know, you're floating on only a tiny small amount of money, mate, but it might be worth the investment.
Yeah, Yeah,
Arthas,
if
for
one of us are
example,
down,
if you
if
were,
the healers are down, I mean, I think the healing potion should be with Leggit and
Yeah.
Nordan because they can get us up if we with it if we
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
that
Yeah.
was my thought process at least.
Well, I don't know how I ended up with one, to be honest, but we might have found one and it got given to me. But
I think we found 4 when I must have used one because I think we found. Didn't we find 4? We had 1 each, or was that a different game I'm thinking of?
I'm just going to nip for a wee while you're debating. But if you want to look through your spell list, sorcerer spell list, wizard spell lists, or cleric, in fact, and you can think of a spell scroll that would come in handy, just shout up and I'll see if she's got it.
I just thought maybe identify might be useful
No, it's
in case
always
we
useful.
find something along the way.
Yeah.
So if it's certain domains for the cleric, does that mean the cleric can cast it?
but only it's a domain spell, so they get
So
it
only
as
if it
part
is
of
of
the
the
class.
domain.
Yeah, my
So-
domain
yeah.
spells aren't that great, to be fair.
It's knowledge and forge.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
my,
it's where
my
there's a
domain
slight
spells
difference,
are
isn't there?
zone of truth, hold, person, heroism, and command.
Yeah, 'cause-
Heroism might be useful if we've got anything that causes fear, but that's the only time that's ever useful.
As long as you stand by me in combat,
Yeah.
you get advantage on saves for being frightened, I believe.
Nice. And I've also got protection. I've shuffled my spells around after our last long rest, so I've got protection from good and evil, which prevents you can't be possessed by anything if you've got that on you. So
Who's
that's
that?
yeah. Well, that's why I learned it after I've swapped it around since we met the ghost.
Oh yeah,
Say,
so if you're within 10 feet of me, you get a +3 to all saving throws
oh, that's superb.
while unconscious. So
Yeah. Also, that'll be death saving throws as well.
it says all saving throws. Whether
Yeah.
that includes death saving throws is up to David, not me. I don't dare to walk the domain of the DM.
Yeah, I
I'll do
wasn't
it,
paying
yeah,
attention. You have to walk me through that again in a second. Right. And anything else you wanted then?
There's
Andy,
nothing
have
on
you
my
got
spell-
detect magic?
I don't think so, mate. No. Just double check.
Because I do not. Or has anyone got detect magic for that
No,
matter?
it's not on my. It's not on my.
No,
list.
mate.
Oh, I can take it.
I've only got
actually. But I can take it as one of my
I've just
spells
got
if need be.
detect thoughts.
Yeah.
Because that might be useful.
In fact,
Well, Arthas can take detect magic and cast it as a ritual, but you have to have it in your spell slots.
Let's have a look. I didn't think that was on my list. Let's have a look. So it's the first level.
Yeah.
Let's have a see. In that case,
it's
So
a
it's
feel like we had
11
this
minutes to
discussion.
cast, but clerics specifically have to have it memorized to cast it as a ritual.
command. It's not on my. It's not available as a first level spell. Oh, hang on. It's because I haven't deleted any yet. Let's have a look.
I feel like we had this discussion last session, and I said I can't believe I made a magic user without detect magic.
I'm just having a for prepared spells. Where are we? If I unprepared. It's gonna have to be that. How do I have? Here we go.
So I can take it, but I don't know that I can cast it as a ritual like
I've got it.
clerics can. So
I think you can in D&D 2024. I think they're introducing it. I'm not sure. I think it was, but you know. So, it's because as far as I'm concerned, it'll be a voyage at night time to arrive in daytime. So you can, you can't have another long rest, but you can amend what you've got prepared and all that kind of business if you want.
I've dropped her prayer of healing for detect magic. Oh.
Seems reasonable, Mark. To be honest with you, I mean, you're using a second level
I only
spell
use
slot.
prayer of healing out of outside of combat. I've never been able to use it yet. So
Prayer of Healing, that's the 10-minute one, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I've just been that off my cleric as well.
Yeah. So I've got detect magic.
Maybe a scroll of comprehend languages, just in case we come across something we can't read. Sam,
got
scroll
money.
of comprehend languages, maybe.
Let me just. I don't think I have it, but I can take the. Yeah, we could take a scroll, couldn't we?
Yeah. If someone's got the funds, I've got 50 gold pieces left, so I'm happy to pay for that if needs be.
I've got 78.
25. So I'm happy to chip in if necessary.
Andy, how much you got, mate?
Ran away. Talking about money, he's run off.
Conveniently ran away.
The other thing I would like to grab, Dave, from the quartermaster is obviously rations, but they'll be carried amongst the troop. I'd also like to grab a lance if I can.
Sure. Yeah. It would be a footman's lance would be a pike.
No. I want a lance, like a lance.
Okay.
Cavalry lance.
Cavalry.
Yeah. So for mounted combat.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
I might have
I'd
to
like
envenomate
to
an
be
enchilada
prepared.
while not me.
I mean, I could understand why I might have a cavalry lance because I have a certain spell, but
I missed what Mark said
should
then.
also probably take one. I did too.
Sorry.
Hang on, let me roll back the Twitch stream.
You do that. I
Oh
didn't even know
no,
you could do that.
I can't do it. No, you can't. Apparently not.
What else?
That's
What
really
else? What else we're looking at?
But Mark's also got that thing where he can summon a steed. He's got 2 uses of it, doesn't he?
Ooh, yeah.
So he should probably also grab a lance.
what do you want to do, Tom? Do you want to go halves on that scroll?
Yeah, I'll go half for you, mate.
Yeah.
As Andy's unwilling to cough up the funds for it.
What? I've missed that bit. Mate. What?
I'm just so we're buying a scroll of comprehend languages just in case we come across something we can't read.
Right. Okay.
50 gold pieces.
Is there anything Leggit can use, Dave?
Plenty. How much? Let me ask you a question. You say you're going to continue with your Aberrant My Sorcerer ways?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How much gold have you got?
Say.
Do you not want to tell me? Actually, that was.
No. I'll say. I'll spill the beans. 161.
Oh, okay.
I was expecting like 1,020 or something mad.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. I'm sure I had more than that, but
You funded a lot of the health potions last time.
Yeah, we did spend a lot.
So
As I say, it may as well doesn't do us any good if we're dead.
So your charisma, because it's your I'll tell you what then. I'll tell you what. You would be able. There would be. Well, this because this is contentious. There is a wand available for how much did you say you got?
I've
How
got
much is it?
28 you can have. I will give you an extra 28, and then I've got 5
Well,
silver after that.
It depends
So
what the wand is first.
Yeah.
How much have you got? Hey,
You are cutting out Andy a lot. I don't know.
You what?
how much have you got?
I've got 161 gold.
161
5
gold.
silver.
Okay, it would be 150 gold for a Wand of the War Mage +1. Right, so this is it requires an attunement. While holding this wand, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls determined by the wand's rarity, which for you is +1. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. Hold up, Sam, because you've got your charisma 20, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your to hit is considerably higher than Leggit's.
Yeah, and then I can make it an extra 1 on top.
The problem here is, Sam, is that you don't have the money to buy the item.
Yeah, only Leggit's got the
Leggit
money.
does.
I go from a +8 to a +9 to hit.
Well, I mean, because by now you've discovered that this gold, this pouch of 110 gold that Marshal Vendry gave to you has disappeared. And
Can I roll persuasion to try and barter them down, please?
you want to barter weighing down? Yeah, sure. You can roll persuasion if you want.
Mate, I'll just give you 25 gold pieces towards it if it's a problem.
21's a really good roll. She raises an eyebrow, and she'll say, "No."
No. 21.
I think we're getting it at cost.
Yeah.
Roll intimidation. No, I won't. Okay, yeah, I'll take the one then. Dave.
Okay, so it is a Wand of the War Mage +1. It does, like I say, if you whoever equips it. I've never seen anyone have a drink of cordial with so much bitterness.
I'm glad that came across.
I'm just going to drink real quick, but I'll still be able to hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Just need to go and have a big pull.
Oh, Mark, can you confirm what you said to us before you left? We missed it.
Oh God. Envenomate and enchilada.
An enchilada.
It
What
might
does
just be
envenomate
envenom
mean?
and enchilada. I think it might just be envenom. I might have got the word wrong, but it means to bite something poison, and have poison and inject poison.
Yeah, never going to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jason, our one viewer's had a go again as well, Mark. Did I tell you? No one's come close yet. Right, so are we happy to move forwards then? Everyone's. And what's happening with the wand, Andy? Are you equipping it and attuning to it?
Yeah, it's equipped and I am attuning.
It is a real word. Envenomate is poison by biting or stinging.
Well done, Mark.
Sorry,
I'm gonna shake the wand at Nordan as well. Yeah.
So
I don't know
we've got detect magic somewhere in the party. We've got a spell of comprehend languages, which I assume is a 1 charge jobby.
Yeah, they usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have got identify.
We have. Oh no, we haven't. But we
No,
can do that
you
with
your
a
blindfold,
long
then.
rest. Sorry, short rest, can't we, Dave, if necessary?
Yeah, you can within. Yeah, you can as long as you short rest. So it takes an hour to identify. You short rest. You basically. But this is the rub with identifying something, because you're kind of attuning to it at the same time.
Yeah. So if it turns out to be cursed, you've screwed. You're attuned to it. That happened to Grog in Critical Role just not long ago. He had a hammer that kept hitting him in the face.
Okay, so got the comprehend languages, we've got detect magic, we've got some healing amongst, potions.
Yeah, the non-healers.
for leaving the city for what is probably going to be a few days. I think we're as equipped as we're going to be. Tom's got a lance. Don't know why.
Given the magic item you got in the last session as well, Mark, you might want to pick a lance up as well.
What did I get? Oh, yeah.
Your magic horse ability.
Yeah, I don't think I've got enough money to buy. How much was?
Get it from the
Get it from
quartermaster.
quartermaster, mate. Get it from the
Oh,
quartermaster.
go on then. I'll pick one up.
Doesn't it? Does it?
No.
Rations, I think we've glossed over very quickly, but are covered.
I've got some rations. I know that.
I
Do we
can
need any
also feed
specialist
it to 5 people,
clothing?
but-
Like, what are the weather conditions going to be like?
It's going to be if it's got flash flood in it, it's got to be arid, so deserty.
Okay.
And we're going in plate armor.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
Well, my mythical might be, but I don't think.
Yeah,
yours
because
is
it's
normal
shiny.
one.
Mine will be really. Yeah. I blame the egg people.
They did it in the Crusades. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Bastard.
Are we happy then? Are we moving forward?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, spent up, all done. So you get to the docks night time. You board the boats and off you go to Wrecker's Edge. Water sloshes and wood creaks as the ships depart from Kalaman's docks in the dead of night. Citizens gathered to bid farewell to loved ones soon fade from view. The ships cut through the dark waters of Kalaman Bay, sailing to perilous shores under cloudy skies. Thanks, Mark. So, as previously discussed, the voyage is uneventful. Are you still on the map?
Oh, quick!
Yes, you
Make sure Arthas' butler feeds the rock while we're away.
What?
Yeah. By all means, yeah. Well, I was assuming it's kind of a sort of supernatural, magical type summon, so it wouldn't. But yeah,
Well, make sure he's looked after.
be fucking big birds. Not with me. Well, fucking do you fucking pointed in mother. He says. So sailing, it takes all night to get round the bay to Wrecker's Edge. Wrecker's Edge. Waves crash against jagged rocks. Again, it's weird because while we're playing Avernus, I've decided not to read everything out, and I'm going to feel like I'm cheating myself, like I've literally thrown money down the drain by not reading it out. But here we go. Waves crash against jagged rocks along the shore. Beyond red-hued canyons carve their way through a harsh landscape. In the distance, mountain crags and strange formations jut skyward. This, from as you approach, is basically brown, orange, red, desolate waste. You can see craggy, mountainous areas all the way around. As you're sailing around the peninsula, you can see these canyons, these deep-rooted, low canyons that have clearly been carved by water and flash floods over hundreds of years. The sun rises and you get a good view of what is Wrecker's Edge. What you can't do, however, as previously discussed, is see a landing spot. So Darrett will say to you, if you don't mind, then chaps, here's the rowboat. If you go and scout ahead, report back to us, safe place to land.
I don't
Has he
think
got
this
the other Ujima flub radio?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should mention that, because one thing I did forget to say to you is along with the 200 troops and Darrett, Cudgel Ironsmile has decided to come with you as well. And Tatina Ruckledust, the gnome who invented the Fargab, she wants to see the Fargab in field, used in the field. She dyed her hair violet for some reason, for some unknown reason.
Clearly left it.
You jump in the sailboat. You is anyone a seaman?
No.
No. So it takes you a good hour to find, and eventually it's one of those situations. You know what? I think I think they do it well in The Hobbit when they first find Rivendell, where it looks like a rock next to another rock, and then the camera changes, and then all of a sudden, oh wait a minute, that's an entrance to a
magical kingdom.
A magical kingdom. Thanks, Mark. So it's that kind of arrangement, and you can see old wooden buildings. You know that you've already been turned, or your research has told you that this was like a smuggler's den, and you see a beach. And on the beach, shored, is a boat, a ship. And from this distance, it's difficult to tell. It looks like a ship that would hold perhaps a dozen or more, perhaps a score to a dozen people, and it looks elvish in nature.
No, I don't want to talk to him.
So this is your landing point.
Recognize the origin, so you say it's elvish in nature. Is it just elvish full stop, or is it like specific to?
You're still far out. The difference between Sylvanesti and Qualinesti ships would be slight. You'd have to get a lot closer to differentiate.
You mean my elf eyes can't see?
Not from this range.
What you haven't realised is his Leggit's got his hands over your eyes. You actually can't see it. Then he gave a peekaboo.
Nordan's Leggett's got his hands over Nordan's eyes and saying, "Nordan, what do your eyes see?"
I see wrinkles in the ground.
And a great darkness approaching.
And all of a sudden, everything smells of cheesy puffs. Leggit would eat cheesy puffs. He'd clearly be a cheesy puff eater.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Constantly got like what's it dust around his mouth and on his fingers. Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
Approach to see what happens.
Yeah, road towards
okay.
said landing spot.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think, Dave. I think what we're going to do, we're going to retire. We're going to retire as an adventuring party. I think we're done.
Yeah,
Seen an elven boat. That's too much.
We've had a good run.
We're going today. Go and open a farm shop.
I tell you what we'll do. Let's roll some dice in anger. So you get to the elven ship. Roll. It'd be an arcane check then. Roll history.
An arcane check. Roll history.
Sorry. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, you're really not sure. So you're going to have to get quite close to it to figure out what it is.
Even with a 22.
22.
Hold up. Who's wrong?
Wrong.
Oh, okay. I saw the 3 and I thought, no, you're never going to find out. Yeah, so you get close enough with the 22. You know it's elven origin, but you're going to have to. You can see a plate on the mast, which will definitely tell you what it is. There'll be a slight variation in the language. As you step onto this elven ship, we are going to roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Oh,
So,
what a bunch of bum cheese.
what I'm going to do is give you this.
Budgie smugglers, that's what they are.
If we find budgies
you've
aboard,
landed-
they're in big trouble.
You landed your rowboat there. This is the ship. Everything's slowed down.
You're going a bit steppy,
Yeah.
Dave.
It did, yeah, it did. And mine did then as well. It's the first time it's done that for
Yeah.
ages, but
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully
because
it'll correct itself. Is it still doing it?
Might because you're uploading to the server.
No, you seem to be a lot smoother now.
Okay, right. It might be just because I've enabled the map. So roll initiative on that.
Hang on.
Yes, it's not borders yet.
I'm about to roll on Beyond Dave because it's just not coming up on the.
What's you've had this before, mate? What's not coming up?
Select window, selected side window, and then I usually click the arrow. And
Hey, I've got the map of
the green arrow. And it usually comes up with selected with all the options. But it's done it now. Okay, let's roll again.
I rolled a 17 and I'm still last. Oh no, I'm not.
Leggit last time.
Yeah.
Leggit's last one. You rolled a 1 on D&D Beyond, and you rolled a. What did you roll on here?
A 9.
You rolled a 6, yeah. So you rolled a 6 plus 3. But yeah. So position yourself on the boat as you're approaching this ship, where you would be. As you're looking around this ship, it's. Yeah, just stick. Not going around. Just where you've got onto the boat. So. Yeah.
Like it's going to be the ornament of the ship.
Okay, so I'm just going to move you as if you've stepped on. What's going to happen? So this boat, I'd like to think of it as an elvish boat. I've probably seen this on the end of the Lord of the Rings, but it's a white boat with sort of silver filigree. It's a fine example of a ship. As Nordan steps on. The first thing you notice that it is silver nesty. This is a silver nesty boat. And then what's going to happen is from the deck, you can see a spiral of air whipping round and round and round as sort of sawdust is lifted up. And then it becomes this sawdust. There's two sort of swirls of this that becomes like a tornado, and then eventually the tornado develops eyes and a mouth, and there's two of them as two air elementals appear in front of you, and they both rolled higher than you. So the one at the back is going to move into this space here.
Oh boy.
And what it's going to do is it's going to use its whirlwind feature. I need Nordan and Kelevendros to make a strength saving throw, please.
A strength saving throw, Dave. I'm a bloody sorcerer. Yeah, that's about right.
26.
And then a 2.
Okay.
That's about right, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it moves into your space as this vortex spins around, and you're both picked off your feet. And you are flung away 20 odd up on a failure. So, Nordan, if the saving throw is successful. Right, okay, so the first thing that happens is you're going to. That's really poor. So, Nordan, you take 10 points of damage.
Well, hang on, Dave. Tell me what happens first. What am I? What's going on? Am I thrown up in the air? Am I?
Yeah, no, because I know what you're going to say now. Yeah. Right. So just remember 10 for me when I forget. On a failure, the target takes bludgeoning damage and is so you take the damage before you're thrown.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So you take 10. Kelevendros takes 5. And then you were thrown 20 feet away in a random direction. Look what I've got, my blood bowl.
Yeah.
Roll on a target and it isn't flung away. So Kelevendros, you stay where you are. Sam, roll D8 for me, please.
That's a 5.
5 is into C and it's 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. And it's, hold up, that's more there. Yep, you're thrown, hold up. There, diagonal. Yep, you're thrown into the sea.
Oh, at least that's not going to hurt anymore.
No, and also because you cleared, you didn't hit the mast, you didn't hit any of your what's it? So what we'll say is there's this vortex picks you up and it picks your robes up, and you're whoosh out of the top and plummet down into the sea. Okay, now that's not that far out. You are from the beach. You're 20 feet out. I'm just trying to think. 20 feet. It'd be a thump, but I'm not going to award any more damage. But you would be in difficult terrain.
Yep.
Yep. The second one is going to repeat the process. So that's the first elemental's turn. The second one is going to move into the space with all three of you guys. All of you need to make a strength saving throw. Well, not you, Nordan, but everyone else needs to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no, that's just strength. I'll take it though. My saving throw's better.
You, Kelevendros, roll D8, please.
4.
4 is up into the diagonal, up and left. Right, so you take Kel, you take 13 points of damage. Everyone else takes 6.
Ugh.
20
Is it
feet.
bludgeoning damage, Dave?
Yeah,
Can I reduce that?
I believe so. Yeah, because it's... oh, wait a minute, wait. One second. Yep, yeah, you can.
Right, wicked, 3 damage.
So you land there, and then... The target is trying such as a wall or a floor. Yeah, so you're going to take an additional... You're going to take an additional 9 points of damage from falling. Because the spout pushes you high into the air and down.
Oh, it's a good job I've been playing my backup character.
Nordan is now the first of you guys to react.
I think he's just going to swim for it. For all that umming and ahhing. So I can swim 15 feet, yeah?
And then dash if you're not.
Yes. So
then I'll,
I'll tell you, you can move another 5 because you start to get onto the shore. So you can move another 5.
Okay. So am I standing rather than floating now?
You're standing now, yeah. You're on the shoreline.
Can I do a knowledge check on these beings?
Yeah. You can roll Arcana if you like.
15.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's an air elemental. They would be employed to power the ship, and they would be summoned by Sylvanesti elven mages for the purpose of propulsion in a sailboat. But these have clearly been set here to attack anyone that steps on board. This is they're fighting now. It's a fight to the death because you've stepped on their territory. 15.
Are you trying to suggest that these things get paid to to blow elves. Yeah, that'd offend me.
It's
Like, I can hear you guys blowing an elf, right? Then, I'm going to have words.
you're not going to turn into Hermione and start spew, are you?
No.
So the other thing that you would be aware, I mean, air elementals, they're mostly unintelligible creatures of just pure raw elemental force. This particular one, if anything sort of storm related, stay away from, and also in terms of your melee companions, it would need to be magical damage to do full damage. They would be resistant to non-magical damage. Ooh, and also, Tom, you're prone as well.
Okay. I had magic weapon. I dropped it out.
Okay, Sam.
Wait, you swapped a magic weapon out?
No, the spell magic weapon.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, I don't need that now. I've got my silvered longsword. It'd be right. The backup light.
He's not impressed. That kind of hurt. So I'm going to throw an ice knife at your man at the back there.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Do it at the second level. So that's a 10.
10 misses.
But I do two. I need a reflex save. Dex save 16 for both of them.
24 and 21. These things, as the ice explodes, they just dissipate around the detonation, and it doesn't affect them at all. They're
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Anything else from Nordan?
Nope.
Okay, Kelevendros.
Shout, get off the boat.
So I'm going to stand up for half my movement.
Yeah.
And then half my movement will get me there. But I'm assuming they're on a level above me, aren't they?
It's a sleek ship. And they're huge as well, so you'd still be able to connect to something.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna. I ain't got anything really. I don't think anything better to do. So I am going to take 2 swings.
Okay.
I'll swing at the one that attacked me first, I think, and then we'll see where we get to.
So this big lad, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big lad.
Okay, yeah. 15 is exactly what you need to hit.
Okay, so I'm going to expend a first level spell slot and make that Divine Smite.
Okay.
Nice.
Just mark that off. So this is slashing damage, which they're not going to take all of. I'm going to re-roll that 2. So currently on 8. So 9 points of damage because I have to take the new roll.
Yeah. So that's reduced to 5.
Yep. And then Divine Smite is 2d8 radiant. And that's 15 points of radiant damage.
That's a bit better. Anything else?
Then I'm going to make a second attack. I'll go against the same bloke.
Sure.
Pasty.
Give him the full pasty.
Mm.
Another 15.
Wow, yeah.
I'll spend another first level spell slot.
Okay.
Because it's the only way I see that we're going to do anything to them. So that's 14 points of slashing.
Nice. 7.
And then 9 points of radiant.
Okay.
If you got really, really bad cystitis, would that count as slashing damage?
Oh.
Sorry.
Mark, your turn.
Right. I'll hit. One of them's been wounded, hasn't it? I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
So actions. $25.
Yeah.
Nailed him, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's a magic longsword, so it should do full damage. Hopefully,
That's what she said.
yeah. 9 damage.
Yeah.
I think that's all I can do. Bonus action. I'll do a healing word on Kel, so he gets to use his reaction to smack it again.
Okay.
Nice.
And he's healed.
So I shall heal you 4. There we go. Yeah, I've not looked under actions, spells, word of healing.
Okay, so Tom, roll to hit again.
And you get 5 hit points.
That's a 12 to hit, which
12
unfortunately I
misses.
assume is...
Oh, never mind. It was worth a try.
Yeah.
You still got the 5 healing.
I'll take
Yeah.
5 healing though.
Okay, so Leggit.
You know, with these being air elementals, can I get line of sight on them so I can hit them both with one shot, or is that just not allowed?
Yeah, it's not really part of your. No, that's not. Why? What were you thinking?
No, I didn't think so. I was just going to try and cast Chromatic just because I was thinking there were air elementals I could hit through one to hit the other, hit both of them at the same time. But
No, I like. Yeah.
lightning damage.
With what? Sorry.
It's some lightning. No, yeah, no worries. I'll continue the barrage against the injured one.
Yeah.
He's second.
Well, this because you're rolling to hit and you're right next to it as it's churning around, so it's an attack roll with disadvantage, because it's a ranged attack while you're within melee range of something. So taking your 13, that misses.
Bonus action. Going to disengage.
Yeah.
And jump off the boat.
Okay.
Onto the beach.
Okay. Right. That takes us to the first elemental. So I'm going to do this round robin. It's going to try and recharge its whirlwind attack that it used first time. Andy, can you roll a d6 for me, please? This is a recharge on a 4, 5, or 6. 5. So it's going to do it again. Just make sure which one. Yeah, so it's this first one. So it's going to move into this space, and it's going to be Kelevendros and Arthas need to make a strength saving throw, please.
Here we go. 13.
12.
Kelevendros is another fail. So Kel, you take 15. Arthas, you take 7.
3.
D8, Tom.
Absolutely getting battered here.
Yeah.
And that's 6 this time.
6. That's in a straight line that way. You're knocked prone, and you take an additional 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you land on the floor. The second air elemental. Mark, roll a d6 for me, please. But will he use it?
Roll terribly. Come on, dude.
3. So he doesn't get it. He's going to use his 2 slam attacks. So as the whirlwind spins round, there's going to be inside of it a piece of driftwood.
Cheese. Oh.
A piece of cheese, driftwood-looking cheese. First attack against Arthas is 24.
Mm-hmm.
That's 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm. 13.
And second attack is 11.
Nope.
Okay, Nordan.
Nordan's going to shout out to the air elementals. Stop in Elvish.
Okay.
Stop your attacks. We mean you and the ship no harm. We're looking for your crew.
Okay. I like your thinking.
I'll have a little pull on my pudding while I'm waiting.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck me. Stop asking me to roll dice. Jesus. Right,
Dude,
scrap
What
that.
did you come here? What
I'm
did you
not
come
ta-
here
no.
for?
I'm not taking a 6 because I keep forgetting about it and I need to use it more often. I'm going to use magic balance. Yes, and turn it into a 10, so it's an 18.
Monkey.
Okay. Okay. So what's okay? Right. What's going to happen then? Is from as this fight has started and you've been thrown hither and thither. In Elvish, Nordan, you all hear, if you can speak, you hear him say something in Elvish. If you can speak Elvish, you know what he's saying. One of the elementals from the other side of the beach, you're going to hear an Elvish voice speak out as well, and the Elvish voice is going to say, Stop what you're doing, don't attack them any further. One of the air elementals, the one that's been damaged, spins and dissipates and just drops to the ground.
Oh.
The other one doesn't seem to be paying any attention.
Well.
Okay, what I'm going to do, bear with me. So talking's free, Sam. So you've had this brief exchange. You've seen there's an elf somewhere further in the beach that you can't quite see just yet. For you, the boat's in the way.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, there's sort of rocks and debris. You're aware of the general direction that it came from, sort of northwest. But this one elemental isn't stopping. What do you want to do?
So he is going to move across the beach, keeping his distance from the elemental. 20, 1, 2. And he's going to shout to everyone, move towards the voice. Maybe we can stop this now. And then he's going to move. He's going to dash. It's another 30 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So double move action. And shout to the rest of the crew, withdraw towards the voice. Hopefully this will stop.
Okay. Kelevendros.
So Cal's in action is going to dump his entire lay on Hand's pool into himself. So
don't blame him after all that.
Absolutely battered. And whilst he's listening to what Nordan's saying, I think what he's going to do, heal up. He's going to move across 5 feet, kind of there, to cover Nordan and Leggit. But he's going to hold. Other than that, he's not going to do anything else. He's just going to kind of hold.
Okay.
So that if he does attack, it comes to
Yep.
Well,
Well,
I'll
apart
do
from
that.
but lay on hands is an action, so
Arthas.
I'll disengage.
Yeah.
As my action and just move. Can I get to there?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
In fact,
from
if I can, I'll be there.
okay. Okay, bear with me. Sorry. No. Change things on the fly. Where's my? Oh shit. Okay, what's going to happen now? So from behind, from over here, from behind some rocks, an elf mage, so to the northwest, an elf mage is going to step forward and he's going to run 30 feet forwards, and he's full pelt running towards you, and he'll say, "I have no control of that one. We must defeat it." And he is going to cast a. It's just going to be a magic missile then. So, but he's going to upgrade it. Okay, let's make it 4th level. So 3,
Ooh,
6.
tasty.
6. Who's next to roll? Tom, can you roll 6d4 for me, please?
64. That is the wrong dice, Thomas.
Oh,
6.
60
A lot of ones there, mate.
Yeah, 64 plus 6, so that's 16 damage. So he's got this fella, he's a jet black hair. It's black as midnight hair. He's reasonably tanned. I mean, most elves are kind of imperious looking, but this is a Silver Nesty elf. Isn't. And you expect him to be. Especially Nordan. Silver Nesty elves, by reputation, are your classic Lord of the Rings type elves. They think they're better than everyone else. You know, they're they look down on what they deem as lesser races and various other bits and pieces. But he's dressed in, well, you can see the picture. He's got sort of like a blue cowl. As he's thrown quite powerful arcane magic towards the elemental, he doesn't seem to have a particular affiliation. So he isn't a red, white, or black robed mage.
no.
So he hasn't taken his test of high sorcery. That takes us to Leggit's turn.
Can I attempt to calm emotions on the? Too late for that because it's taking.
Interesting. Well, hold on. Read me the spell, mate.
So you attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people, each humanoid, the 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose. I think it's humanoid. I think I read it wrong. Yeah, forget that. Just hit it.
Firebolt, yeah.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
17 hits, yeah. 11 damage. Yeah, takes full damage from that. Any movement bonuses?
Movement, yeah, I'm just going to move behind the group or with the group more.
Yeah, okay.
Well, with the group, but not with the group.
Yeah, sure. So Air Elemental's turn. It's going to move into this space here. So that'll be a strength saving. Oh, wait a minute.
Can I go roll to see if it recovers it first?
It has. Yes, so that's Sam's turn. Roll d6, please, Sam.
D6.
I am a trouser, just the one.
Oh, of course.
That
That makes sense. I'm rolling like dog shit, but
Strength saving throw from Arthas and Kelevendros.
11. I failed that one.
Come on. 11.
Yeah, both failed. So you both take 20 points of damage plus 2 for the bludgeoning, so 22 in total.
So that'll be 11.
And we'll do Arthur's first.
No,
Roll
it's
d8,
not.
please, Mark.
22, it'll be 19. Hang on. Just taking my damage. What am I rolling? Sorry, mate.
D8.
D8.
4 is straight into Nordan. Or past Nordan. Right, let me just read this. Okay, Sam, Nordan needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Come on, mate. Oh, you get. Oh, hang. You should have been getting the +3 from that, Mark, so it would have been 14. You're within 10 feet of me, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Would
with
that have
Sam now
helped,
with this
Dave?
save.
It doesn't need to because Arthas isn't thrown.
Ah.
So you
So I
can
get
have those
plus
hit points
3.
back. You just take half. No, you don't take anything, Sam.
Okay.
And how much do I get back, Dave?
How much did you take, mate?
It was 22 total. So
22.
Yeah, but it was bludgeoning. Did you not reduce it?
That reduced it to 19.
22. So 11 minus 3 is what? 8.
Hold up, you take 11.
So minus 3, 11, 10, 9. So I took 8. So I need to get 11 back. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going,
Tom, you need to roll D.
Circumnavigate and Salidus. I shall return very soon.
Navigate.
Circumnavigate something. Yeah. 7 is this direction, 20 feet. You don't bump into anyone, but you take the damage and you're prone. Yeah, I think we've resolved that now, haven't we?
Yeah, sorry. Because it adds it automatically to my sheet, obviously.
Yeah. No problem. Okay, so Nordan, you're now within melee range of the air elemental.
That's not where I want to be, Dave. If I'm quite honest.
Thanks for confirmation of that, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to move 30 feet backwards towards the mage, and I'm just going to have to take the attack of opportunity on the churn.
Okay, mate. So that's a slam attack, 25 to hit.
Yeah.
19 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
Ooh. Fucking hell.
Hang on a minute. Can we hold fire and see if Mark would have used his shield? Give you disadvantage.
Yeah. Shall we say that he does?
I
probably would, wouldn't he?
almost certainly would say that he would have made a disadvantage on that, mate.
However, the second roll is 1 more to hit and exactly the same bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Nordan looks pretty shit. And he's going to throw a firebolt at the creature.
Okay, roll to hit.
So 20.
20 hits.
10 points of fire damage.
Done. Kelevendros.
So free.
I
Hello?
suppose the definition of madness is to keep following the same course of action expecting different results, isn't it?
No.
So Callie's going to stand up.
Yep.
And then he's going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. Deck save.
Deck save, please. Yeah, which is likely going to succeed at, but
7 actually misses.
fail.
That, just so you know, I've rolled a 2 to get a 7.
Oh.
2d8
On a
radiant
deck
damage.
save.
Yeah, these things, because if they're just swirling clouds,
I'm
they
just
can
saying,
just dodge.
when I
it.
threw my ice knife, you rolled like 1920, didn't you?
Did, yeah. You don't get many of them.
Wow. That's brutal.
Yeah, bonus action. I'm gonna. Can you chug potion as a bonus action, Dave?
Can
Or is
you?
it an action? Use
Oh,
to drink
potions in action. Yeah.
an action. Damn it!
No, it's a bonus action to heal yourself, isn't it? I know. Actually, it's only an action if you heal somebody else. I think. I might be
Potion.
wrong. Yeah.
No, it's an action. I'm pretty sure it's an action.
Load of cheesecake then.
It did say drinking or administration and potion is an action on the item description. Yeah, I'm done then, mate.
No movement.
No, because we're better off spread out. Because we're all taking these hits because we can't keep clumping up.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, you used your reaction because Nordan got twatted to try and stop it. By the way, we voted that you would do it,
Oh,
but he got hit anyway.
Oh.
Arthas, your turn. The air elemental's still looking pretty hearty.
Oh, sod it. I'm just going to swing at its face.
Okay.
Give him the Jabot slice, Mark.
Sorry?
Give him the Jabot slice.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll give him the Jaboa salute, which will turn into the Jaboa slice, which is coming up. Right.
Roll a 1. Cut your mustache off.
No.
Come on. Come on.
No, I've rolled really high.
Fucking hell, Mark.
Right. The Mage coming up. Oh.
Anything else, mate?
Bonus action. Where's hell?
About 20 feet here. The
He's
dragon
over there. Right. Okay. So I'll. Has Leggit taken any damage?
No.
Nordan's looking pretty shitty.
Right, I'll throw a healing word as a bonus action on Nordan, which means he'll get a weapon attack as a reaction. I don't know if you can use it.
Got a like so.
I'll bang it at second level
longbow.
as well. So, spells.
Is a
Go
weapon.
on, let's have.
The fuck? Healing word. Here we go. So you're getting 5 hit points back from a second level. Rubbish.
Makes me a little less ropey.
Yeah.
Was that a hit, Dave?
It does, mate, yeah.
Wicked. It's got something.
And 7 points of piercing damage.
Takes 3.
Yeah.
It's better than a kick in the chuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
So the elf mage is going to move forwards. As he moves forwards, we'll say just for flavour that Nordan was sort of knocked onto his arse, so he'll pick you up, make sure you're all right, and say, "I'm really sorry about this. Are you okay? You okay?" You know, he's making sure you're all right. He's going to throw a firebolt. 6. Oh, nice. We rolled a 19. That hits. So that would be. Oh, I've just rolled maximum damage.
Nice.
Yeah, that was massive. Leggit. So this thing is, as you're hitting it, is still the outer shape is still the same, but the actual swirl inside is starting to dissipate. What do you want to do, Andy?
It's looking a little bit ropey, so I'm just going to try and finish it off, I think, rather than trying anything fancy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be another firebolt against this chap, please.
Okay, yeah. I see this is a normal attack now then.
19.
19 hits.
Mm.
8 damage.
8
It's
points.
not enough. Any bonus or movement?
No.
Was that a no?
No. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Air Elemental's turn. It's your turn to roll d6, Andy, if you would. Then again, would he use it? Yeah, so he's got it back, but he's not going to use it. It's going to be 2 slams against Arthas. First one is 12 to hit, Mark.
Nope.
Second one, however, is a crit, 28.
Oh. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
28 points of bludgeoning damage.
So
that's
as a
7,
reaction,
20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would like to use my divine, my channel divinity feature. So can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Sure. 16.
Success, you take half that damage as the kind of radiant form of Kelevendros just shoots out from it and strikes the.
Yeah,
As I
retribution.
rebuke the violent.
Yes.
Wow. So half of the damage that he did, so you've done 14 damage to him, is radiant.
Yeah.
He was on 13. How does that kill him?
So it's like an old samurai movie. This kind of like radiant form of Kelevendros, this second Kelevendros, just shoots out towards the elemental and just does that one strike from the hip through, and then just immediately vanishes as the elemental just bursts up in radiant flames and just dissipates.
Nice. So from behind you, as you're sort of looking to the northeast, you can see that this Sylvanesty elf mage is helping Nordan to his feet. You're all battling this elemental, and as this radiant blast emerges from you and destroys the elemental, you can hear this Sylvanesty elf mage say, who can speak Elvish?
Not I.
I can't.
I imagine Kelly.
Just the two of you, yeah. So in perfect Sylvanesty, which both of you would be able to pick up on, you can hear, "What in the name of all of the... what the fuck was that?" type thing. And he now, as he's held up Nordan, he starts to back away, and he'll say, "What was that? Who are you guys?"
And
Who are you?
Cal's gonna pull out his medallion, the symbol of Paladin on it, and say, "We are friends."
Yeah, the old gods, they're back. Oh, Dave, if we're out of combat, who's really ropey?
Me.
Right, I'm
Wow.
gonna
I'm on
give
13 hit points.
myself and Nordan and Kel, which is all my 3 uses of it. D8 plus 5 temporary hit points.
Oh no, mate! Don't save
No,
the use of it.
save
I've got
temporary
it as well.
ones, yeah.
Oh, well, they last for ages. There's no actual end on it. You just don't
Well.
get them back if you use them.
No,
Okay,
I'll upcast to cure wounds on Nordan in a minute.
Right, I'll just do myself in that case.
Yeah, hold out his medallion of
5, 6, 7, 8. Temporary.
hold out his medallion of Paladin and say, "I am a champion of Paladin. We are friends. You have no need to fear us."
So in response to this, you say, "Paladin does not exist. How can this be?"
Right. Listen, pal. A lot has gone on. I've just had the shit kicked out of me by that thing. You need to explain who you are and what you're doing here first. Then I'll start answering some questions.
Okay, so he'll sort of look you over. I'm gonna assume that you're not sort of threatening. Then you're sort of like, sort of know who are you accusationally, but not physically aggressively. and he'll sort of look you over and raise an eyebrow, and he'll say, my name is Dalamar Argent of Silvernost. And he's lost for words, but he'll say, "So, who are you? What you?"
Hang on, I'm stalling. Wow.
I've suddenly realised what I've done.
Yep. Over there is our friendly Kender, Leggit the Lyrical. With the shield is Arthas the Anticlimactic. The big guy over there with the big sword is Kelevendros the Klutzy. And I am Nordan the Nefarious.
I'm going to throw something blunt and heavy at him.
No, don't, 'cause you might kill me.
He chuckles at this, and he'll say, sort of an elvish greeting, sort of, the elvish equivalent of well met and all the rest of it. And he'll say, "Well, listen, I'm sorry about the elemental. I mean, in fairness, what were you doing on our boat?"
Looking for you.
Yeah.
Looking for the owner of the boat.
Yeah, no, that's it. That seems fair. Now, well, you've found us now, so yeah, no, sorry about that. We landed here only yesterday, and obviously we needed to make sure no one was going to steal the boat. So I was off doing some research while the rest of the party are further to the north.
Researching what? Are you aware of what's going on at the minute?
There's some sausages.
I have a feeling you're making reference to the war. Yeah. So have you heard of what's happened to Silvernost?
I've not heard of what's happened in Silvernost, but I'm well aware of what's happened in the local areas. I've been involved in most of the action, as well as my friends here.
You should be aware that there is a dragon army, or half a dragon army, camped just east or southeast, west of here at Vogler.
We know of the dragon army. Well, just so you are aware, Silvernost is gone. Silvernost has been lost. Our ancestral homeland is no more.
What do you mean it's been lost? How do you just lose the land?
We've lost it. The dragon army forces. We were attacked by the green dragon army forces. We see emblems of red dragon army forces here. We can only conclude that there's black, blue, and white forces elsewhere.
So why have you come here? Are you on the run or are you on a mission?
Mission. I'm an arcane caster such as yourself, and I've found evidence of ancient Silvernesty magic in the Northern Wastes pre-Cataclysm, and it was. I'm part of House Mystic from Silvernest. My leader, I managed to convince him to come and research these lands just to see if we could find some kind of magic to help reclaim the homeland. The rest of my kind of fled, but I convinced my leader to try and find some magic to help us reclaim Silvernesty.
No, it would seem our missions, though different, align in a very weird and peculiar way.
Did he say the green dragons have taken Silvernost? Is that what he said? Did he mention
the Green Dragon Army? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we weren't aware there was a Green Dragon Army, aren't we? Until literally right now, we've only seen the red one.
Yeah.
So that's bad shit.
We didn't know there was a blue and a black as well.
They just said that you can assume that there are dragon armies.
Yeah. If there's a red and a green, you can be pretty sure there's a white, black, and blue as well. That's really bad.
we are here also looking for something magical in nature, but not to help us reclaim Silver Nest. To help us further a different mission. We have aligned ourselves with Kalaman, the city of Kalaman to the south, human city of Kalaman. In the war, well, we're trying to fight the Red Dragon army at the moment, and we're reasonably successful so far.
We've certainly held them off, haven't we?
Mm.
Oh, okay. So, do you know of something in the Northern Ways that are going to help you? Because it's
Not
just a
help us
wasteland.
directly. There's we've read some pre-cataclysm documents and looked at some maps that Kalaman still owned that could lead us to a stepping stone as a part of our ongoing mission. I'm sure you appreciate my hesitance to give too much detail at this moment.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that seems reasonable. So is it just you four?
It's
No,
not.
we are
No,
the
we've got.
scouting party for a larger force that is currently on a boat in the sea right now.
Okay.
We tend to enjoy throwing ourselves in the dangerous parts of the world.
Yeah. We'll eat underdone sausages. That's how hard we are.
Yeah, my kind of guys, with the exception of the underdone sausages. I mean, that's just 24 hours on the pan. Why would you? But he'll say, okay, well, our camp is to the north. I can lead you to it, introduce you to. I was trying to find his name. Velsiul, my superior. Perhaps we can combine forces. My land has been lost to the Dragon Army forces. If we can help you, then
I'm going to cast aid on myself and then do a little insight check just to see if
you know, I was starting to think the same.
Yeah.
So that's a 21 plus
guidance. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 plus 3 is 24 insight check.
20. Everything that he's said to you so far, he's being quite sincere about. Even not wanting to spend 24 hours on the pan. Yeah. No,
I can understand. Yeah.
The only thing that you get, I mean, because that's a really good roll, Mark. Obviously, when he's saying invite you back to our camp, he wants you to come and meet his leader, but you get sort of a I don't know if it'll do any good, but you genuinely think he wants to help.
In that case, I'm happy to go with him and meet the leader. Is anybody else up for it?
We as we previously alluded, we're the advance guard of a larger party.
We need
We're happy to come to the camp, but if you're happy, we'll have them start to disembark here. I'll order them not to touch your ship, so we don't have a second reoccurrence of what just happened, and then they can follow along later.
Yeah. We'll make sure they won't harm you. We'll tell them you're a friend.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait here for you. You go and do what you need to do, and then I'll lead you towards my party. It'll be much. And he sort of looks. He sort of sighs and says, "Have you had any dealings with my Ken?"
Nope. No. Never met a Silver Nest elf.
No, I know I haven't.
I thought you were all blonde. Because the Silver Nest are dark haired, aren't they?
I'm 50-50 on whether Nordan would have.
You're a Qualinesti elf, aren't you? So I imagine you probably would have done at some point in your life, but you don't particularly like them. And I don't know if I'm wrong, Dave. You'll tell me. I think the difference between Silvernesti and Qualinesti languages is the reason they can understand each other is if Qualinesti sounds like English, then Silvernesti sounds like sort of Shakespearean English. Hard, posh. using
Yeah.
archaic. I don't know if that's
there was a split. There was a brothers' war. One of the brothers wanted to integrate with other races, the other one didn't, and there was sort of civil war between the two. This is thousands of years ago. So if you'd have been on a diplomatic mission or had dealings with Sylvanesti elves, they would be they're sort of your class. The best way to describe it is as a Star Trek analogy. They're Vulcans. Which is I believe what Vulcans were based on. But Dalamar doesn't seem to be, and as he's saying this to you, he's saying, "Look, I'll do my best to try and see if we can help you. I'll need to be there to get the best out of it. I'll wait here. You go and let your lads disembark. I'll meet them. I'll meet them all.
Yeah, well,
Okay, not to panic. Yeah, there's about 200 of them.
Derek,
well, from what we've
over.
seen, and from what you've told us, you're going to need them, if not more. But
well, just so you're not surprised, shall we just row back to the ship?
No,
Tell
I'm going
us
to give him
before-
Radio
a phone
mate.
call.
Oh, you've got the radio thing.
Derek, come in. Derek, over.
Yeah.
so again, Dalamar's like, "What are you guys? This is incredible," and he's intrigued about it.
And he's gonna be like, "This is awesome. You're gonna meet the gnome that made this. She's awesome." I think I've picked as a character choice. Nordan loves gnomes. I feel like every time he comes across one, the minute they start talking, he's like, and he's just like soaking everything in that they say. He just finds them absolutely fascinating. So he's like, "Wait till you meet her. She's amazing. She made this. There's another. Oh, it's great. Dara, pull your pants up and get over here."
So he's Dalamar's loving all this. He's loving the banter. You can tell. You can roll an insight. You don't need to, because he's just refreshed by the banter that you guys are coming out with. Let me just have a look. What I'll do.
Leggit, get out of his coin pouch.
Tommy,
Yeah,
you
so-
so cure wounds yet?
Yeah, I'll do a level 2 kill wounds on you, mate.
So all he'll say is that, yeah, I think I've given you most of the information. I'm just aware of the time that it is. So what we'll do, we'll call a halt. We'll call a halt there. You can spend a short rest.
Yeah. I'll use that.
So if you want to take that cure wounds back, you can have a short rest now if you'd rather do that instead.
Should we do that and save the cure
while
wound?
you're waiting for Darrett to disembark. Did you want to ask anything else of Dalamar? He basically he's saying to you that his leader Zelsuel, whatever his name was, I'll look it up again on the top. He's meticulous. He's a typical Sylvanesti elf, and he's got the whole party. There's 12 of them in total, and he's got them combing the whole of the northern wastes with a fine-tooth comb, and they've only moved like 6 miles inland. That's all they've managed so far, and you get the impression he's a little bit frustrated by it. But other than that, we'll finish the session there. I always forget to do it, Mark. The words for this evening: Jason had devastate, Andy had evacuate, Tom had bastardize, and Sam went with skinned. So you still remain the most random motherfucker that any of us.
Right.
Yeah, and we'll pick it up next time.
Hit dice. I've rolled my hit dice and they've added to my character. They've added to me.
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
Oh, well done, Mark. Oh,
Yeah.
nice one, dude. Right, I'll turn this off.